One, two, three, audio testing. One, two, three, audio testing. Hello, everybody. This is the live broadcast for our conversation class, the pre recordings that I have demanded. Now that I have the majority of the recordings, I can now project them. So this video belongs to audio 6 out of 7, May 25th. I also have pre-recordings from my students from May 20th. As you can remember, all you have to do on May 20th is read and follow the instructions. For example, number one, tell me 5 sentences using past continuous, okay? And trying to use when. So this was part of our unit grammar topic. That's why I decided to have you guys practice. So in this video, you will hear some students talking about this specific instruction, and for the other ones who already sent it and I was able to play it live on May 25th, I also have your pre-recording for May 25th. And for May 25th, the teacher sent pre-recorded questions. That way, students can work on their listening skill, and all they have to do is answer those questions that deal with or that are dealing with present perfect continuous. I have been playing baseball since I was 5 years old. So that's the other grammar explanation that we saw. And well, today I will play all of my students' pre-recordings. And this belongs to, once again, May 25th, audio 6 out of 7. So let's begin.
Telling you my 5 sentences with the past continuous using when. Well, let's start. Number 1. I was talking to my friends when it started to rain. Number 2. My mother was making dinner when I got home. Number 3. I was charging my cell phone when suddenly my charger broke. Number 4. When I was doing some exercise, my dog came and bit me. And number 5. Santiago was playing in the UPSA Cup when he fell and sprained his ankle. Question number 1. Do you mind if she goes? My answer is not at all. She can come. Question number 2. Could you please call 911? My answer is, of course, I will do it right now. Question number 3. Could I borrow your pen for a minute? My answer is, sure. Here you go. Take it. Person who buys things, and a consumer society is a society that encourages people to buy and use goods. 1. Some people think that a consumer society provides people with better lives. People in consumer societies tend to live more comfortably. They eat a wider variety of food. They go to restaurants more often. They also buy a lot of products, maybe more than they need. Products such as TVs, cell phones, and computers used to be luxuries. 2. Today, people can buy these things more easily than ever before. The market for these goods is growing faster all the time. Consumer societies encourage people to buy bigger and better products. For example, smarter phones come out every year. In a consumer society, people are often buying newer and more advanced products. This creates a lot of waste. Nowadays, many people are thinking more seriously about the effects of consumer societies on the environment, and they are trying to become more responsible consumers. so delicious. Number 10. Have you
Good evening, teacher. My name is Jasmine Guarita Bustillos, and this is are my answers. Number one, I have been traveling for 2 years. Number two, I have done English courses. Number four, I have been studying English because I want to travel. Number five, yes, I have been eating healthy, and I think that my family haven't been eating healthy. One, I have been watching. Number one, I have been watching this TV show for hours. Number two, we have been living here for 2 years. Number three, she has been studying German science. She was in high school. Number four, I have eaten nothing since this morning. Five, he was awoken by the noise. Six, they haven't been working together. Seven, he has a stomachache because he has been eating too much. 8, lately Susan has been coming late. 9, she has been crying all day. 10, we have been passing class virtually. Question 1. Where have you been? I've been at home studying for my English test. Number 2. What have you done after all these 3 years? I have been at the school studying. I have shared with my family, friend. I have learned English. I have done sport. 3. Who have you during seen Last year, I have traveled to see my grandfather and relative who live in another city. 4. Why have you been studying English? I have been studying English to go to study abroad because I like to learn a new language. 5. Have you been eating healthy? What about family member around you? I have been eating healthy for 3 years. I live with my family, with my mom, dad, my younger brother, and my mom's grandmother. 6. What kind of movies have you been watching recently? Would you recommend it? I have seen a kind of action movie, comedy, and romance. I recommend the type of comedy movies. 7. What new TV series or TV Netflix series have you been watching and what are you recommending? I have been watching the Elite series and Dynasty are very good series. I recommend watching them. 8. What are your some new or favorite book, newspaper, or magazines that have you been reading daily? I have been reading Anne Frank diary, a very interesting, entertaining book. 9. Have you found any good restaurant in your city that you have been eating at recently? I have eaten in very good restaurant in my city, such as City Toro, Ghost, Chalet La Suisse, etc. Have you been getting enough exercise? I have been exercising all this time.
Hello, teacher. Good night. I hope my answers are okay. First, where have you been? Voy a decir I've, teacher, pero I've walking at the park. Number 2, what have you done after all these years? I have living with my baby. 3, who have you been dating since last year? I haven't dated with anyone. 4, why have you been studying English? I've studied English because I want to go USA next year. 5, have you been eating healthy? What about your family members around you? Yes, I've cooking healthy, but my mother hasn't. 6, what kind of movie have you been watching recently? Would you recommend any? I haven't watched movies recently because I've timeless. 7, what new TV series or Netflix series have you been watching that you recommend? I've watching about the royalty. I recommend you The Crown, is very interesting. 8, what are some of your favorite books, newspapers, or magazines that you have read lately? I have read a magazine about coronavirus, a new strain infects. 9, have you found any good restaurants in your city that you have been eating recently? Yes, I have been eating. No, I've eaten at Metro restaurant. It's delicious and cheap. And think, have you been getting enough exercise? Yes, I have doing exercise every night with dumbbells and gaiters and doing 100 squats.
questions. Do you mind if she goes? No hassle is perfect. B. Could you please call a consumer society? A consumer is a person who buys things, and a consumer society is a society that encourages people sitting when my little brother called me to pick his up. 2. The president was giving his interview on the TV about the big problem of the pandemic in Bolivia when I crashed in the car. 3. She was working in an important report with her sister when the light turned off. 4. My cousins were speaking with some people about business in my home when my parents talk about this because I know that you are from Mexico and maybe, I don't know, you understand my point of view. Maybe you know the places that I will uh, mention it. I will mention it, and you know about culture, traditions, and all about that. So, well, I went to Mexico in 2018, on May of 2018 until August. And I was there for 3 months. Um, and it was a really good experience. I went alone, but I was lucky because I have an aunt who lives there, so she helped me to know the city and some characteristics places Also, she lives in a really good area. I think this area is called Polanco. And when I was in her home, all places was near, and um, I don't know, I I went to anyway working without dangerous, without fear. So I don't know. Um, and near of her home, uh, there are the best tacos of the town. I think these tacos was selling in a street stall, but I don't know. It was the best tacos that I taste. um, by the way, I ate really good in Mexico. I love their food. It's really special. I love. Well, there are three important things which I grateful about my trip to Mexico. The first is that I met beautiful places from museums where I learned about culture and a lot of history. I went to many museums like Museo Somaya, Museo Nacional de Antropología, Frida Kahlo Museum, Museo del Templo Mayor, and others. I really appreciate all museums because there are people who can explain you all about history or why they are showing your uh, a specific painter or paint or a monument. I don't know. So when you go to museum, you learn too much. But also I made about traditions and other knowing Xochimilco that is really popular, Teotihuacan that is really really nice and have different kinds of energies. And if you go with a guia, with someone who knows about all of touristic plans or guide. So it's an interesting history about all of that. Well, also I know some bars and restaurants where I ate the best food ever, like micheladas, enchiladas, tortas. I don't know, many things that are really really good. But the best was when I went to the food stalls to eat tortas. I don't know if you know about these food stalls. Is near the Angel of Independence. That this was really nice, really good. I don't know, delicious, delicious. I only want to um, come back for these tortas. However, I learned many things working alone and being curious, asking in the street or wherever I was going, right? Well, the second thing is that I met people very nice. The Mexicans are people really happy, kind, helpful. I think that are the typical person who is described like Latin person. When I don't know in a movie say he's a Latin person because it's really fun and the energies like feeling happy. I don't know. uh, so I think that Mexican is a really really Latin person, but we are very similar, the truth. But as a friend, I will always choose a Mexican person. I think that is really sincerely kind. I don't know, is a good person. Um, in a weekend, I went to Acapulco with some friends. It was the best trip. I went to the beach. Later, we went to three antros in a night. I don't know how, but I was really fun. Acapulco is like a party life. Some weekends, and also I met good friends. Even I keep in touch with some of them on Instagram or Facebook. I don't know. And the third and the last and very important is that I realized with this travel the significant and important that is in your life. Go to anywhere alone because you can find yourself, and not only as a vacation but to live another experience living in another place, because you can see things with other eyes, have new experience, meet new people, and know new cultures, new traditions, new ways of life. Um, and it's something that you never forget. Even helps to open your mind and see some things with another sense. You can explain your mind with other ideas that you can heard, or maybe other things that you can see, how preparate different things with other um ways of 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 think. And I think that is really really interesting. And I think also that you go to uh, any way that maybe Europe, Asia, China, I don't know, where they have different religions, you can also find more more um, more thoughts, more see the world with different eyes. So I think that it is really important. Go to other places, right? But in conclusions, I want to say that the best gift that you can give to someone is a travel. uh, and if you have the opportunity to go anywhere, you must to go. I really think that one of the most rewarding things in life is traveling, because when you are in the same place, you will never know other things. You will only have lived the same experiences, and you really need more. And it's not necessary go away. Only with a little movement like a near town can help you to clear your mind. Or I don't know, it's my opinion. But if you uh, feeling good, if you go to at 30 minutes in a town of 30 minutes of your city, it's okay. But I refer that you can change the your life for minutes maybe. It's better if you go to like 3 months or more, but it's important that you can move of your tradition place. Um, okay, that's all, teacher. See you tomorrow, and thanks.